YouTube, it's Silver Age Dave. It's been a long, long while. Hey, I wanted today, and as always, I'm going to drag my feet a little here in the beginning. So feel free to fast forward if you're catching this after the fact. I am going to do a few updates, let you guys know where I've been. I've had just a tremendous outreach. I've had a lot of people emailing and texting and calling and just wondering where silver's been. So I want to, reach out and give you guys an update on that stuff. Hey, there's Andrew. How you doing, Bubs? Comics is in the house. As I was saying, I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I've been, I guess I'd call it scattered. Hey, Josh, how are you? I've been very scattered. Summer's been busy. Nothing, at all terrible, but health, I've had just weird things and nothing life threatening or nothing that bad, but I've been scattered. So a lot of things I haven't responded to. I apologize about that. I kind of stepped away from comics, and I stepped away from YouTube in general. I've watched a few videos, but it seems like I watch one or two, and then I feel like, okay, that's enough for today, and I move on to other things. So the good news is, family's doing great. We live near Cedar Point, which is, I think, the greatest roller coaster park in the world, and so we have season passes there, and we've been doing a lot of Cedar Point work, riding roller coasters and having fun there. I've been running a lot more. I'm starting to get some of my fitness back that I had lost quite a while ago, and we're just enjoying summer. It's been hot and gardening a lot and all that. So I happen to be back in the comic room today, and I wanted to show a few things that I got back in March. Some of you may remember I went to Fantastic Con here in Toledo, and I have some friends that are vendors, and I help them set up their booths, and I get a vendor badge, and that means I can shop early, and I get different access to things than I usually would. And my friend Roger owns a store up in Michigan, and he talked me into submitting some books to CBCS. I'm so very happy that he did that. So what I have today is I have this group of books, and I initially took maybe 40 books down to the show, I think on Saturday, and I asked Roger's opinion. I said, "What do you think I should do?" And he guided me to submit these. And I'm real happy with them. Hopefully this isn't a boring video, but I've got those to talk about, and I've got a couple other little hauls that I've done. I haven't been doing a lot of shopping. Hey, Bad Avenger, how are you, sir? I haven't been doing a lot of comic shopping. I've really stayed out of the LCS, so I'm whatever's going on in the current comic world, I'm way out of touch right now. I've got a lot of work to do here in the room, and I've been like, really, I haven't been in here in months now since my last video. I open the door, I look in, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that work, so then I move on. But I'm in here today because I got these a week or two ago, and I've been wanting to do a video, and I promised someone recently, I think Patrick, Luther Manning channel, I told him, hey, I'll do an update maybe next week. So today's as good as any. So the first book you can kind of see already. I'm going to pull off here. This was a junk reader copy that I had of ASM 129, and as luck would have it, Jerry Conway was at Fantastic Con this year. Oh, Knights of Old, how are you, sir? Yeah, I'm feeling good. That's a good description. I wouldn't say great, and I wouldn't say bad. Good is exactly how I'm feeling. I'm feeling great today, being back live here with you guys. So this was a pretty beat up copy, and with Jerry Conway there, I thought, what the heck? And some friends that are knowledgeable in this talked me into getting it slabbed, and the grade here is very fair. This is a beat copy. So, my big thing, I got a sketch and a signature from Jerry Conway. What a legend. And I was really happy with it. And I think I showed off at some point. I'm stepping back for a second. I also bought from Mr. Conway and had these signed, these posters for Firestorm and in the ASM. So those are, just what do you call them? Posters or prints? They're on kind of card stock. So, Fantasticon, that was one of the books. I had a whole group that I wanted to submit, and then I had a few that I wasn't sure about. And hey, Tiger Fists. So, the next book you guys have seen before. It was on the wall forever, and my friend Roger talked me into getting it slabbed just to protect it and to kind of, I don't know, protect it. This is the original I'm sorry, Brave and Bold number 137. And of course, I have, I think, a one of a kind in the world. It was manufacturer error printing without color. And so, again, it's redundant because you guys have seen this before, but it has, you lose the DC logo. And basically what happens is all the writing on this is, a reverse color. So there's no like blackouts on Brave and Bold. So you lose the title, you lose the price up here and the number and some of the details. You lose some of the wording in here. Just makes it a unique. Hey, Luther Manning, the guy I was just talking about. He's back here. Thank you for tuning in. And then that's the back cover. And this came back a 5.0. Again, I think it's a one of a kind. I've never seen anything like this. The reason it scored so low is it has some damage down here across the bottom. Again, it's manufacturing error, but shy of that, it's in really, really great shape. And it's a book that I've had for quite a while, and I really don't know where I would even start to assess a value on this. It could be, I wouldn't, thousands of dollars, I wouldn't sell it. I have no idea. To the right collector, it's a demon story, and it's pretty special, the book. So now it's slabbed, and I'm really happy with the job CBCS did on these. The cases are beautiful. I just love it. So it's nice to have that one encased and protected, and it, I think, again, the grading I think is very, very fair on it. And so there we are. Yeah, hey, comic 62. My eyesight's so bad. Comic book 62. Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been around. I've been feeling all right. I've had some challenges and just busy summer. So, here I am today. I don't know when I'll be back, but I was promising that I would do some type of update, and it's been a while. So here I am today. So yeah, on this book, I don't know what it's worth. I don't know who would pay what, but all I'm saying is I wouldn't. If someone said, "Hey, I'll give you $2,000 for it," I wouldn't sell it because it's so unique. And when it comes to comic collecting, really a lot of us have the same stuff. There's not a lot of truly, truly unique stuff, and again, it's not a power key book in any way, but it's a unique book. So that's why I slabbed that one down. Next one is a cool one. The rest of these all go into the Marvel 35-cent price variant, and this first one is one that I absolutely love. You really don't see them all that often. It's Logan's Run number 6, which is the first Thanos solo story. It's a great Mike Zeck cover. This one is a little beat. I picked it up very inexpensively and quite a while ago, and it's the 35-cent price variant. This is from June of 1977, and the major problems on this one, is it's got a major subscription crease right down the center, and I don't know if you can pick it up, but it is color breaking. It's slight color break, but it's color break right down the center, and it has a little bit of other spine issues. So 3.0, very, very fair. It was always just such a special book to me. It's one of the variants that I just never see. and so I was happy to have it. And I was a big Logan's Run fan as a kid, and so those three are books that I was unsure. Like I said initially, I had 40 that I was gonna turn in, but once I start seeing the dollars it was gonna cost, I reeled it back, and I decided these three were special enough to me that I'll pay for them. The rest of them are are special books, and they follow a little bit of a theme, which you'll probably catch on. Um, hey, thank you so much, Comic Collector. It's nice to see you in here. Thank you. So the next one we have, this is a 35-cent price variant of Star Wars #2. Uh, of course, Marvel did that test in 1977. They did it in 76 also with the 25 and 30-cent variants. But this is the 35-cent variant. Star Wars makes it a very, very special book, and it's just the adaptation of the movie. And there were, I think there were 5 versions of this cover. This is by far the most rare. They say maybe only 1,500 of them were made. So we've got an 8.5. Very happy. I think that's the right grade on here. So CBS, thank you for that. Did a nice job. The next one we have is a Star Wars variant, 35 center. This is #3. And this one must have been very loved by whoever the original owner was. It does have some spine ticking down the side. The corners are in really, really nice shape on it. And I didn't have these cleaned. I think if, so there's some people in the community, I won't single anyone out, but there's some people that know how to dry clean stuff. And I think all these books probably would have benefited from that. But my goal was really to conserve them, and if someone else wants to, flip them someday down the road, they can, crack them, do whatever they want. But 7.5 for this one, I thought was very fair. So real happy with that. And then we get into another #3. This one came back a 9.0, which I was very, very happy with. That's my expectation on these. I thought these would be 9.2 ish, this one, but it came back 9.0, and my eyesight is poor anymore. I have one eye that doesn't work right, so I thought, well, what the heck? They probably saw something I didn't. I haven't read the grader notes on it yet. Hey, Discovery Bay Comics, how are you, sir? And so it's, again, a second copy of the 35-cent variant. These things, they're out there. If you look on eBay, they sell, pretty healthy. And I felt if these are in plastic, they're more protected, and it's just a better environment for the books to conserve them. So that's a second copy of #3. As luck would have it, we have a third copy of #3. I have abundance of #3s for some reason. So this one, again, it's in great condition. I think this one is slightly better than the last one, but we got another 9.0. And C3 Comics, hello. So that's a third copy. And then when it rains, it pours, right, guys? So we got a fourth copy, 9.0 of the 35-cent variant, #3. And this one I didn't mention, it's the first appearance of the Death Star. And so we have all that going on here in the background, the Death Star. And it says the greatest space fantasy film of all. I think that is correct billing. And we've got Orc on the back, all these. I didn't show the backs, but thought I'd show the back. So there we go. And last but not least, in this particular group, we have Star Wars #3. This one came back a lot higher. I thought this was the nicest one. I thought it was going to be a 9.4, but again, maybe with a, I thought it was going to be a 9.6, but with a dry cleaning, potentially it would be, a little fancier on the grade. But for me, I think CBCS got it right. I'm real happy with them, and they just look beautiful. And I have them in the plastic bags. I'm not taking them out of the plastic bags. I'm just going to leave them like that. These are going to go into, dark storage pretty soon. And so there we go. And hey, we're down to the last 2 books of the CBCS haul. This is Star Wars number 4, 35-cent variant. And in this one, we have Obi-Wan battles Darth Vader and the death of Obi-Wan right there. And 8.0 is fair. This one had a little bit of spine issue on it. Corners are pretty nice, but you know, I get it. 8.0, happy with that. And then the last book we have from CBCS is this one, 8.5, 35-cent Star Wars variant. And hey, Kyle Walker's in the house. How are you, Kyle Walker? And that one we got back in 8.5. That was from October of 77. Again, it's the Marvel 35-cent price variant. So that is the CBCS haul from Fantasticon that I had talked about. And I want to do one more maybe unboxing. And this is, if you guys have time, I can open this box. This came from Gauntlet Comic Books, North Miami, Florida. And I apologize in advance. I'm going to try to remember the name of the person. This is months ago now. Someone had a speculation video, and this particular book made sense. And the prices they were going at, I was able to make a bulk purchase. So this giant box is really going to be one comic book, and I bought multiples. I've done it before, but it's a Star Wars related book, and maybe you guys would be interested in it. Might be Mr. Miracle Comics, but again, my apologies if I've got it wrong. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, and I still have a little bit of memory issues, and so again, my humble apologies if if I'm screwing this up. So anyway, let's get into this. I can't remember the specific book it was. I got a note on here, but we'll dig into these and see what happens with these. And maybe I won't even open them all, but we'll see what happens. So it says again, this is from Gauntlet Comics. Hey Dave, thanks for your patience while we're away at MegaCon. I've included a set, oh wow, of the Force Awakens #1 variants that we have. So thank you for your purchase and your patience. I've included, whoop, these are falling over. I've included a business card for our store. Let's see if we have their store. Yeah, here's their store right there. These guys were super easy to deal with. I don't know if it'll focus in on that. Let me see if it will. Anyway, super easy to deal with. So I'm going to open, I guess these are the variants. They also have Secret Society Comics, which specialize in Silver and Gold Age. Let us know. Oh, wow. Let us know if you're interested in doing a giveaway, and we can send some books up to you. Holy moly. Thanks again, Dave. Have an awesome. So these guys, when I made the purchase, my eBay page is just Silver Age Dave. And so they immediately said, they're like, are you the Silver Age Dave? I've had a few people do that when I'm buying comics. And so very, very kind. Thank you guys for that. Let me open this and I'll show you what this is. And I'm going to try to remember. These aren't CGC'd. So I'm going to try to remember what the tip was on these things. I think it's, and I don't watch the new Star Wars movies, but these Star Wars comics are a first appearance of like 5 different characters. Okay, so this is the Force Awakens #1. So is it Poe and Ren? And but anyway, there's like 5 characters that this is their first appearance. And the person, again, I think it was Mr. Miracle, made a big deal that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, kids that are growing up and this is their Star Wars will want a first appearance. And I have kids that are growing up with Star Wars, and this is, their Star Wars. So I thought, well, I'll just buy a whole bunch of them. And they happen to have, I don't know if they had 25 or 50 of them. And I said, hey, how much if I just buy all of them? And they worked with me on them. So that was great. And I had inquired on a price on the variants, but it was right in the time where I was getting pulled away from the comic hobby quite a bit, and I just never pulled the trigger on buying them. And so this is really really special. I've seen a lot of kindness in the community, and this is another example of generosity, and I really really do appreciate that. I think they had two sets of these on their site, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll buy both, but I had just, at that point, I'd recently spent a bunch on comics, and it just wasn't going to work. So these are the variant covers for Star Wars Force Awakens #1. There is the sketch variant, and these are all perfect. These are in beautiful, beautiful shape. And I at the time I researched, I think that was a movie poster variant of The Force Awakens. And then I don't know what this one was. That's another variant cover. And there's a fifth or fourth variant cover. So Silver Age is serious. Yeah, well, I spec on some things. I had some YouTube friends come and visit not too long ago, and one of the friends said, "Hey, do you happen to hear of something called Old Guard?" Which I was, as soon as that came out, like literally before stores even opened, I read it that morning. I had early access to one of my stores, and I read it, and I bought up all the copies I could online. So every now and then I see something and I say, "Hey, maybe that'll be good." And if I miss on it, what am I really losing? I got these all for well less than cover price, and I thought, what's really the loss? Someone's going to love a Star Wars #1 someday, no matter what. And if it does turn out that their first appearances and they go big, then it goes big. Just like Old Guard and Lazarus and Super Son, a handful of books that I really like, and so I jump on. And so again, thank you to Gauntlet Comics on eBay for that nice gift, and really for working with me in negotiating what I thought was a very very fair price on that group. So guys, I don't know what else to say. It's been a long while. It might be a long while before my next video. I'm going to see how I'm feeling. We've got, school's going to be starting soon, so it's very busy at home with the kids. And I am running a lot now. I'm up to, I can run 3 or 4 hours a day without a problem. I'm moving slow as I'm losing weight and trying to build my fitness. So it's, I'm not covering a marathon distance every day, but I'm running straight for 3 to 4 hours. I'd like to get that up a lot higher, and maybe next year will be running some long races again. I wish you guys the very, very best. Thanks to everyone who's jumped in, who's commented and watched. I'm going to read off because it's a short list today. Hey, wait a minute. What do we got here? Oh, hey, look at this. Scary Time. Thank you for that. You know what? I think it will be. It depends. Disney, I haven't seen those movies. I've just heard the fallout. Uh, Great to see you back. Thank you, Tomcat. So we've got Comic Book 62 in here. Thank you, Tomcat, Scary Time, C3 Comics, Kyle Walker, always a pleasure. One of my favorite guys. Discovery Bay, what a powerhouse in the community. Nice to see you, my friend. We have, as I scroll up here, the Comic Collector. We have Stango Tiger Fists, always a pleasure. Luther Manning. One of the guys that, the first time I saw a Luther Manning video, I was new to YouTube making videos. And I think for a few months, I didn't really have many subscribers. And I happened to see a Luther Manning video. And I literally, if you go back and you watch it, literally I said, if you can only subscribe to one channel and you're subscribed to me, you should drop that and you should subscribe to Luther Manning. Great knowledge and comic book wisdom. So thanks for stopping in. We have Knights of Old, Bad Avenger, one of my favorite guys. Us oldies, we got to stay together, right? Josh Sewell, and we have Andrew at Bub's Comics. Thank you as always, my friend. And please, if my name happens to come up, let everyone know. I say hello, and I'm here. I'm doing great, and the future looks bright. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for spending some time with me. Have a great Tuesday. Silver Age Dave is out.